Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sports live race watch along of the Dutch Grand Prix in MotoGP. This is round 9. It's in the Netherlands. We're at the Assen TT track and we are just a few minutes away from the start of the race. In terms of the conditions, it looks as though from what I'm seeing, it looks like a nice sunny day here in Holland. Of course, Holland known for its, we've had some good riders there over the years, but of course, with this being a big race again in the championship, it was Vinales who came pole position for Yamaha, making it a Yamaha 1-2 when Quintaro, the championship leader, couldn't get pole position. Instead, he had to go with second best, and he will start in P2. We've got Rins in third as well to complete the top 3 for this race, which is Team Suzuki X-Star. We got Nakagami from LCR Honda in 4th. Marc Marquez, who won the last race, which was an absolute bout of a race, bout of a performance from him at the German Grand Prix. He starts in 5th. Can he surprise us again today? Because I feel like he surprised us from the last race. I didn't expect him to win. Who knows? I have full faith that he could do it again. So those are your top 5. Let me just adjust my leaderboard a little bit here. So we'll have that leaderboard with you there, the live leaderboard. Do get in touch on our live chat page, folks. And of course, do vote in our poll. We've asked you who will win the Dutch Grand Prix. 57% have favoured Quintaro, Bagnaia 11%, and Vinales, the pole sitter, in 7%. And of course, for any of you that have not picked any of them, you've clicked the other option, which is picking another driver. Let's go through some of your comments. We've got Diva Motor saying VR46, which if you aren't sure, folks, that is Valentino Rossi. We've got Joel Mitchell saying, is there Italians in MotoGP? Yes, there is. There is. Amber Nipkins had a message, but she's retracted it. So do get in touch, folks. Give us a like. Subscribe to the channel if you love your MotoGP. We've got Greg saying, hi Jamie, just on, don't have long because I have work, but are you doing any other streams later today? Yes, we are doing the Formula 1 race straight after this. Me and Jack will be there. The event page is already up on our channel, so do check it out. That's for the Styrian Grand Prix that kicks off in literally an hour's time. And of course, tonight we've got Belgium versus Portugal in the Euros as well. So we're just waiting for the start. They're going to do the formation lap as always. They're just all placed and positioned on the starting grid. There are fans here this weekend. It's not a full capacity, obviously, because of COVID-19 restrictions, but for any of you that might have watched the Denmark-Wales game yesterday, that took place in Amsterdam Arena, so in Holland, the capital of the Netherlands. There's actually a lot of fans in. Again, as I say, here we go. Today's attendance is 11,500 fans. So it's great to see fans back here at the MotoGP. I don't think we've had any races so far this season with any fans back. So I think this might be the first one. I might be wrong, but we do have some fans attending the Austrian Grand Prix today, or as it's officially called, the Styrian Grand Prix. So currently in the championship standings before we start the race, it's Fabio Quintaro who's 22 points ahead with 131 of Zarco, who has 109 points. So Zarco, he is in 6th today, the French rider. So, you know, it's the battle of the French riders in MotoGP at the moment. But at the moment, Quintaro looks to be in control, and I'm sure he would love to expand the championship lead again today if the opportunities are there. The starting lineup will tell you that, of course. So do get in touch, folks. We've got a lot of you supporting Valentino Rossi, especially Anger, saying 46 legend Frenner, win or lose, still 46 forever. Let us know, folks, in the live chat page. Do you think Valentino Rossi will sign another contract for next year? Of course, he doesn't have a team for next year, so could this be his final season? I hope not, of course not, but we'll see. He's currently in 10th starting today for Petronas Yamaha. Vinales' pole position was a 1:31.8. Of course, the live leaderboard there is the warm-up that they had earlier on today, so ignore that. They did that earlier, so they're not the timings from yesterday's qualifying. FA Chess MOBA says, always 46 with a love heart. I'd love to see him win at least one race this year. But I don't think he'll be able to with that motorbike he's got with him. Well, anyway, here we go then. The official is out with the flag in front of the riders. And they're about to walk off the track. Here we go then. 5 red lights are on. And lights out, and away we go. Here we go then. A good start for Vinales, but Quantaro's overtaken him. Oh, they had their legs nearly tangled together, but Quantaro has taken the lead onto the first turn. Lap 1 of 26. Now I know what it was. There we go. But here we go then. It's Quantaro in the lead. And we've got Bagnaia in second for Ducati. So Ducati, that is. Quantaro nicely clean on turn 3. And Marc Marquez has actually gone down a few places. He has. Marc Marquez has gone all the way down to 13th from 5th. That's a poor start for the Repsol Honda man. Valentino Rossi, he is currently down in 21st. So not a good one for him. Joel Mitchell says, there is Americans in MotoGP. What the hell? I thought I only know how to drive IndyCar and NASCAR, that's all. There's been a few in F1 as well. Joel Mitchell. They come about now and again. If you didn't know, in F1, the Haas team is American. Not a great team at the moment, though. So Bagnaia is in the lead now. He's currently first, Quantaro second. Remember to vote, folks. When we reach the 10th lap of this race, we will end the poll. Currently, some of you are going towards Quantaro again, but his percentage has gone down on our poll since then. Here they come then. No one out of the race after that first lap as we reach to lap 2. Marc Marquez has now gone up by 9 places. He's currently 11th now. There we go, just adjust that for you. Anyway, so as I mentioned, Marc Marquez up to 11th at the moment. Our leaderboard's just a little bit slow, but it should be a bit better. It should refresh in just a moment. So Bagnaia currently in the lead. Quantaro second. Nakagami is third. They're just showing the race start again. They've shown an onboard camera of Johan Zarco. And it was so close between Quantaro and his teammate there towards the first turn, but they were okay at the end. No legs tangled or anything, but straight away it was a bad start from Vinales. He went down to 4th after the opening lap. And so Bagnaia still holds. Valentino Rossi now down to 20th, taken over. Lap 3. And it looks as though there was an incident at turn 10 involving Zarco, the second man in the championship table, and Rins. Let's have a look. Oh, they went shoulder to shoulder, and then it ended up with Rins going off the track. So Zarco was able to stay on track and continue, but Rins has had to lose a few places because of that, and he is currently last. Fabio Quantaro, he is now fastest lap, a 1:33.8. The best ever race, that was Marc Marquez in 2015, a 1:33.6. Can that be beaten today? If you haven't yet, folks, do subscribe to the channel. We're close to 3,500 subscribers, so do join the channel if you enjoy your MotoGP. We also do football and other motorsports as well. We've got the F1 straight after this, so stay tuned for that. And, of course, the Belgium versus Portugal game tonight in the Euros. Anyway, we're watching Bagnaia now. Quantaro, oh, I thought he overtook him, then he didn't. I thought he was going to leap him, but he didn't. He should get him on the inside. Yeah, he does. But can he hold on after that next turn? No, Bagnaia goes faster. And as they go down the straight, we're on to lap 4. And down to turn 1, Bagnaia. So he leads again after a bit of a threat there from Quintaro. Lots of laps to go yet, though. He's got a lot of fight ahead of him if he's going to beat the Frenchman to the to first place. Neck and neck, right behind each other. This is great racing. I don't know if any of you joined us for the W Series race yesterday, but that was a good one to watch as well. And it's a new best race lap from Johan Zarco, a 1:33.4. And of course, he's 5th at the moment, hoping to close the gap on Quintaro in the championship today. He's got to do a lot better than that because his opponent is 2nd at the moment. Now, where's Marc Marquez? I've lost him on the leaderboard. Where's he gone? He's currently 10th. Espargaro is 9th. Miller 8th. Oliveira 7th. Muir 6th. Zarco 5th. Vinales 4th, the pole sitter. Nakagama 3rd. Quintaro 2nd. And Bagnaia leading the front at the moment. We got Shivra Nesh GR saying, hi, it will be Vinales' day today. And we've reached 3,500 subscribers. Thank you very much to all of you at home. We really appreciate your support. So keep it up. Do keep supporting the channel. We really appreciate it, folks. So Marc Marquez, 10th. He started 20th and he's gone up 10 places. So a good start for him in just the opening 5 laps. So, Bagnaia is still holding on against Quintaro at the moment. Nakagama's watching on behind them in 3rd. Now, I can't remember, but has Bagnaia won a race this season? Do let me know. I can't remember if he has. Of course, Bagnaia known for being in the Ducati. I was seeing rumours recently that Valentino Rossi might go to Ducati for next year, but I can't see that happening. I honestly think Valentino Rossi's final year is this year. Raman Marlana says, go Pico. New Sayadi asking what happened with Rins. So he collided with Zarco. They both went side to side, but then it was Rins who went off the track and Zarco was able to continue. But last time I checked, they were going to check the incident, so I don't know if they've made a decision yet. Happy to read any of your messages, folks, if you comment in the live chat page. And if you haven't yet, do vote in that poll. We'll end the poll once we reach lap 10. Currently, a gap of 0.3 tenths of a second between Quintaro and Nakagama. Vinales is 4th. Zarco still 5th. Muir 6th. But yeah, Rins is all the way down in... Has he gone off completely? Oh no, he's still last, isn't he, after that incident? We got Gerloff from Petronas Yamaha, who is Valentino Rossi's teammate for this weekend. He wasn't in the last race. It's now a gap of just 0.1 tenths of a second between 2nd and 3rd. Of course, Quintaro's got the hunt to try and beat Bagnaia to it, but of course he's got plenty of riders on that straight line. There's all sorts of riders in this at the moment. 21 laps to go. You feel like this could be a very close race today. Here they come again then. So the two Repsol Hondas of Marquez and Espargaro are currently 10th and 11th. Marquez's brother, Alex Marquez, is 14th. Valentino Rossi's just gone up one place. I think that's now... Is that him onto... I can't seem to find him on the board. He's up to 18th, I think. They're just showing the battle for first, so Quintaro has taken over. He now leads the race. So 0.3 tenths of a second now between Quintaro and Bagnaia. Already that gap starting to maybe increase. They're just on board with Muir. Muir trying to go for Johan Zarco in 5th. I am Alice says, happy day to you. Hendry says, Jan Cook. 0.4 tenths of a second now between the top two. Nakagama hasn't been moving anyway. He's been staying in 3rd the whole time. He went up one place after he started in 4th. It's now 0.6 tenths of a second. You just feel like Quintaro is going to start creating that gap now, which can really end the race for his opponents. Zarco's still in 5th. Galef in 22nd now. For once they're showing the back riders. .8 tenths of a second now between the top two riders. If you haven't yet, do subscribe to the channel. We're hoping to reach 4,000 subscribers, but thank you for helping us reach 3,500 today. Oh, and Rossi's gone off. Valentino Rossi's has gone off and he's become the first rider of the day. He's just on his knees at the moment and he's crashed at turn 7. And that's him out the race. He wasn't anywhere up in the top 10 or anything like that. But after that, he has now received a DNF. Completely goes off his bike. His bike is in tatters, all in pieces from the gravel. And he looks to be okay. He should be fine. He's gone through a lot worse accidents, I'm sure. But that's Rossi out the race. That's a real shame. Just as we reach lap 9. And now on board with Vinales, who's 4th at the moment. Quintaro is now 1.2 tenths of a second quicker than Bagnaia. Bagnaia was never that far ahead between the two when he was leading the race. And he's just got fastest lap again. A new best race lap. 1:32.8. Fabio really does look like the king on the track at the moment. Nusay Adley has just said, so has Rossi crashed? He has. Rossi is out of the race. The first rider of the day to receive a DNF. Nur Pamadi says, keep spirit, Quintaro. Now we're just about to reach the 10th lap, folks, and I will end the poll in just a moment. So remember to vote, and then I'll go through the results in just a moment. We've currently got Vinales at 27%, Quintaro at 43%, Bagnaia at 14%, and some of you have clicked over, so probably on the fence there when you say that, maybe. So currently, Fabio now 2 seconds ahead. He's really dominating the race all of a sudden, as we're about to reach lap 10. And I will end the poll. So we've ended the poll. Quintaro 43%, Vinales 26%, Bagnier 13%, and some of you have clicked other saying 15%. So thank you very much for voting. That is the end of our poll. Will the 43% of you be correct with Fabio winning the race, who's currently leading? Now just 2 seconds ahead of Bagnier. I say just 2, he's progressed, he's created the gap even more. If you haven't yet, do subscribe and give this stream a like. So now Fabio 2.1 seconds ahead. Let's not forget, folks, I think this is the last race as well before the summer holidays for these riders. So the next one won't be until August, when it's in Austria for the Styria Grand Prix. And while I mentioned Styria Grand Prix, we have the Styrian Grand Prix straight after this in the Formula 1 world at 2 o'clock. So do join us for that. Currently 2.4 tenths of a second in between Fabio and Francesco Bagnier. Marc Marquez still 10th, ahead of his teammate in 11th. Nakagami 3rd. It's now 2.5 seconds. Now 2.6 seconds. Fabio, the race is in his hands already, isn't it, you feel, with still 15 laps to go, but he's absolutely nailing it. It's now on board with Vinales. So Ramby says Rossi crash. Cook. Google ID says 36 with a fist pump. Yep, he's actually currently 6 at the moment. Yeah, Jamie is currently 6. Mary Rose says 93. While Marc Marquez, the winner in the last race in Germany, is 10th. So currently Quintaro, if it ends like this today, he will be 36 points ahead of Zarco in the championship. So Zarco would stay second, Bagnier would be up to third, 37 points behind the championship leader, but only a point behind Zarco. There's a track limits warning now for Bagnier from the race direction board, so he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to get any points against him because he knows this race is going towards his championship opponent. And just even watching the straight as Fabio completes his 12th lap, it's pretty much a bit, looks like a big gap now. It's currently 2.8 tenths of a second, now 3 seconds ahead, completely dominating. It's like watching Marc Marquez, but someone younger. He could win many championships performing like this. So 2.9 tenths of a second. It's gone down a little bit now. Bagnier, Nakagami and Vinales, who are in 2nd, 3rd and 4th, all have different tyres to each other. Nakagami's on all mediums. Bagnier's on a medium at the front, but then H at the back. Greg Livingstone says, Jamie, do you remember when Rossi nearly died last year in Austria with the bike was millimetres away from his head? I can't remember, to tell you the truth. I think he's had quite a few close moments, hasn't he, as a MotoGP rider. Not an easy gig. I think I'd say MotoGP is just as dangerous as F1, if anything, even more. Because the moment you go off that bike, you got to hope that no one goes into you, basically. And we have sadly seen that over the years in MotoGP. It's completely out of your hands once you go off that bike. 2.7 tenths of a second now, Fabio. I mean, a lot of the... if there's any French fans in Holland today watching the race at this circuit, they'll be absolutely loving it. Zarco currently 5th still. He hasn't improved at all. Bagnier 2nd. Bagnier, again, was leading the race at the start, but has had Fabio overtake him, and Fabio's in a race of his own at the moment. Oliveira currently got a gap of 0.7 tenths of a second ahead of Miller. Of course, if the last 3 races, not Vinales, I forgot his name all of a sudden. Oliveira, the Portuguese rider, he is currently in the last 3 races been able to get a podium finish. Can he do it today? Probably not. He is 7th. They're just showing the replays of the race again. Fabio had a scary moment with Vinales, his team rider, which would have been horrible if both of them had gone off and then Yamaha ruining their chances of winning the race. But at the moment, they're leading it. If you haven't yet, folks, do subscribe to the channel. We are hoping to reach 4,000 subscribers. So do click that button and help us get there. We appreciate your support. We're a very small channel, hoping to continue doing more MotoGP watch-alongs like this and other races in F1 and W Series. And, of course, other sports like football, rugby, you name it. We've got a lot of some of sport coming up on the channel that we'll be doing watch-alongs for. So don't miss out. So 3.2 seconds ahead now, Fabio over Bagnaia. Our fan says Rossi podium number 3. I can't see that happening because he's out of the race. Oliveira and Miller still having quite a battle here between 7th and 8th. It's gone down to half a second now. Forgot to update my lap count. We're on lap 14. And there's going to be a long lap penalty for Bagnaia, exceeding track limits. So it's been decided by the stewards. So a long lap penalty for him. So that means he'll go on the outer circuit on his next lap or 2. Which basically means, yeah, a long lap penalty will mean he'll have to go around certain parts of the circuit that isn't part of the racetrack, which is annoying, but that's what happens when you break the rules. Greg Livingstone saying Rossi must have won a lot of championships. Yeah, he's won, how many has he won? 9 championships, I think, and I think Marc Marquez has won 7. He's close to Rossi, and he won it all at a very young age, Marc Marquez. Still a young rider, really. But this year it's not going well for him. He's still 10th. Nothing's changed for him. Oh, one of the riders has gone off. Who's that? Oh, it's Bagnaia. So Bagnaia goes out of the race. Well, I say out of the race. The bike's still there. He gets back on it. He made oh no, it was Jack Miller. Sorry. Did it involve Bagnaia as well? It's Jack Miller who went off as well. The Aussie rider completely goes off. Just skids off the track. Nothing dramatic, but just him out of position. And because of that, Jack Miller will for sure be at the back of the grid now. And while I say that, it's Fabio and Vinales who are now the gap of 4 seconds. So yeah, Bagnaia is now down to 8th. And I thought originally from the leaderboard on our screen, I honestly thought that we had Bagnaia in that crash. I don't think it involved him. So 3.9 seconds. Fabio pretty much in a race of his own, as I keep saying. It's just a simple, nice Sunday ride with him at the moment as he comes down the straight to make it lap 16 of 26. So 11 laps to go. Oliveira now up to 4th. Sorry, no, up to 5th. He couldn't do it again, could he? He couldn't make another podium in a row, making it 4 in a row. That would be some ride from him again. You can never get tired of watching him, especially if you watch him on board throughout a race. I'm sure it's pretty exciting. Marc Marquez up to 8th. Nakagama's gone all the way down to 9th. Something's happened there. I've missed out on there. Espargaro 10th. Not sure what happened. 4 seconds ahead. So currently, they're going to show that again. There's an incident at turn 5. It involved Nakagami and Muir. So this must be why Nakagami went off. Oh! Nearly went into his left shoulder there. That could have ended very badly, but luckily no one was hurt and both riders carried on racing, so no one went off the track. Just an overtake at the end. 4.1 seconds Fabio is ahead now. There we go. Rian Barnes has clarified it for us, Greg, saying that Marc Marquez won 8 championships while Rossi won 9 MotoGP championships. So just one off from the record. .2 seconds ahead now, Fabio over Vinales. Zarco 3rd, Muir 4th, Oliveira 5th, Espargaro 6th. 7th is Oliveira. Sorry, Oliveira is 5th, what am I saying? I'm looking at 2 different leaderboards here. Rifki Raven says 93, which sadly for, well, Marc Marquez is doing alright. He's 8th at the moment. He's gone a little bit better recently. He's gone up by 2 places. Yes, that is correct, Greg. Asking me, so does Rossi have the all-time record of championships with 9? Yes, he does. Nakagami now getting a track limits warning. Ten laps to go. And yet again, Quintaro with the fastest lap there. Didn't get the timing, but currently 9 laps to go, sorry. Oliveira now up to 5th. He's got Muir to beat and Zarco to beat if he's got a chance of getting his 4th podium in a row. Fabio 3.8 tenths of a second ahead. The gap's gone a little bit now between, because of course Vinales is now 2nd. He's on the same bike, let's not forget. Both from the same team. If you haven't yet, folks, do subscribe to the channel. We're aiming to get to 4,000 subscribers, so really appreciate your support. So Oliveira 5th still, 1.3 tenths of a second ahead of Bagnaia, who was currently leading the race at the start, but has ever since had moments and is now down to 6. But you could just tell from Fabio, even with him being 3 seconds ahead, he just looks determined on that bike. That body language of him just trying to get faster and faster each lap and to just make sure he can win this comfortably. There is a battle for 3rd, though, between Vinales and Muir, as well as Zarco and Oliveira. Zarco, I think, would definitely take a podium place today just to make sure that Fabio's gap isn't too big. He'll increase either way as long as he finishes ahead of Zarco, but Zarco will look at it and think, look, if I can just get the podium, let's just try and decrease it a little bit. They were just showing a replay of turn 5. Vinales has started to maybe decrease the lead of Quintaro there. From the last lap, he was able to close it down to 7/10 of a second. Now on lap 20 of 26. And the Kono has gone off, the number 27 rider. That's him out. The tech-free KTM rider. He was at the time 11th, but he's gone off the bike completely and he's walked off the track, so that's him out of the race. Oh, and the bike is still out there, I think. Or does that involve another rider? Yeah, it's the Kono. So they're just showing the replay again. No one around him. Completely goes off, skids off, has to go across the turn. And then his bike was left on the track. It was the final chicane, it looked like. And that's him out. And he literally goes into puts his head down in disappointment with that. So he's not happy about that, of course. It must be always the worst when it's an error from them. And then they just simply, know that it was down to them and nobody else. Do give us a like and a subscribe, folks, if you enjoy your MotoGP. Who's going to win? Is Fabio going to hold on? He's 3.8 of a second ahead now with 6 laps to go. As we're now on lap 21. So 3.1 of a second. 5 laps to go. So currently Quintaro leading by 3.1 of a second. Vinales second. Muir third. Zarco fourth. Oliveira fifth. Bagnaia 6th. Marc Marquez now up to 7th. He was 8th just a moment ago. It looks as though he's gone up to 7th. Espargaro 8th. Nakagama 9th. Espargaro for Repsol Honda. That's Marc Marquez's teammate. In 10th place. Rins 11th. Binder 12th. Petrosci 13th, Alex Marquez 14th, Bastianini 15th, Zavadori 16th, Gerloff, the American who's there this weekend with Rossi's team, that's Petronas Yamaha, is currently in 17th, and Marini 18th for Espon Sarama Racing. But the current riders that are out at the moment, we have 4 riders out. That's Miller. Miller must have gone off completely then because he looked like he tried to restart the race, but he just clearly couldn't do it at the end. The Kono from Tech Free Caterham is out. So is Martin from Pramac Racing. And of course, Valentino Rossi, sadly. For a lot of you who love a bit of Valentino Rossi, he is currently out of the race as well. So, about 5 laps to go. Quintaro, I think, has just completed his 23rd lap. So he's got 4 more laps to hold on here. 2.8 of a second. Might be too much to ask for Vinales to try and overtake him, but would the team want that? Because, of course, Fabio is top of the championship for them, and they want him to increase that gap over his opponents in the championship, especially Zarco, who's currently 4th, chasing down Muir for 3rd place. There's a gap between Vinales and Muir of 3.1 seconds, so you do feel as though Vinales should at least get 2nd. Octavian Pangkerengo, I think that's how you pronounce it, maybe. It says, dude, the winner is Ronaldo 7 from Portugal Racing. Big game for him tonight against Belgium in their bid to carry on defending their European Championship. We're doing a live watch along for that, so do join us tonight at 8 o'clock. That'll be my friends of Luke and... Sorry, no, Joe and Darren will be doing that game tonight. So Marc Marquez probably should get Rider of the Day. He started 20th out of the 22 riders, and now he's up to 7th. Literally within lap 1, he went up by 8 places. And then went up twice in lap 2. Then lap 15, he went up to 9th. And then recently got up to 7th place. They're just showing some footage about turn 16 and turn 17. A replay here of Quintaro. Showing him on the final chicane of the track in slow motion. Apparently he's accelerating from 125 up to 287 kilometers an hour. Which just shows the speed that he's got. Only 22, born in 1999, Fabio. Marc Marquez still 7th, but he's trying to chase down Bagnaia. He's on a bit of form after winning that last race in Germany last weekend. Oh, it's always funny watching them on the onboard cams when they go onto the curb and all that, because the bike just shakes ridiculously and the camera's like it's drunk. 2 laps to go then. I'll be very surprised if somehow Fabio doesn't win now. 2.6 tenths of a second ahead. I don't think he'll have any problems. He should win the race. It's been in his hands pretty much ever since he overtook Bagnaia in the early stages. Oh, final chicane. Big moment there between Marc Marquez. And he lost his position on the final chicane. And because of that, he's now down to 8th. Espargaro overtaking him, and it was a bit of a nudge between each other. We've had a few close contacts. Well, I say close contacts. We have had some contacts. So 2.4 tenths of a second ahead, Fabio. I think either way, Yamaha will take this. They had 2 riders in the top 2 in qualifying. They've only switched it around between Vinales and Fabio pretty much in this race. But it's a great weekend for Yamaha as it stands. So last lap then, as we're on lap 26 of 26. At the moment, your top 3 are going to be Quintaro, Vinales, and Muir. Remember, folks, don't go anywhere. After this stream, we will be showing you the Formula 1 Styrian Grand Prix, so join me and my friend Jack for that one. That's on at 2 o'clock in a few minutes after this race. The live event page is up, so do join us for that. Well, Fabio absolutely nailing it today. He's pretty much led it since lap 3, I think it was, when he overtook Bagni, and then he just increased the lead and has had the race in his full control. No real drama today, when looking at it, but it's been another good race from Fabio. He'll be delighted to get a race win after not getting anywhere near Marc Marquez at the last race in Germany. But he's just gliding through now. Comes on to the final chicane. And he's done it. He shakes his head up and down in celebration. Fabio Quartararo wins the Dutch Grand Prix. Maverick Vinales comes in second. And Muir will get third. It's a fantastic 1-2 finish for Yamaha. It's a great weekend for them. Qualifying was top notch. And the race was just as good as well. Top gear stuff from Fabio and Maverick. And Maverick, straight away Fabio comes off the circuit. And he's getting congratulated by Muir, who came third. Vinales is there as well, and straight away, I'm not sure who that is on this. There's a guy with a golf club there, and he's got the ball. What's he doing? Yeah, this is actually happening. Oh, he's missed the ball. He's trying to. All of a sudden, it's gone from MotoGP to golf. He can't hit the ball. What is he doing? He was trying to hit the golf ball. I'm not sure what that was all about, but it's some... I'm not sure who it is, but there's some rider or engineer with him just down there. It's absolutely brilliant. Random celebration. It was terrible, though. It took him 3 times to hit it with the club. It was a proper driver as well, so couldn't do it. But he may not have delivered in the golf today, but he certainly delivered in MotoGP. So as mentioned, Yamaha with a 1-2. So Quartararo first, Vinales second, Muir third, Zarco goes down to 4th. So that means the gap has has no doubt increased in the championship. Oliveira 5th, Bagnaia 6th. Marc Marquez did finish 7th at the end. He was able to overtake Espargaro, so good for him. Nakagami 9th. Espargaro from Repsol Honda, Marc Marquez's teammate, in 10th. Rins 11th. Binder 12th, Picciocchi 13th, Alex Marquez 14th, Bastianini 15th, Zavradori 16th, Jolef 17th, and the final place was 18th for Morani, the Italian, in 18th. So we've had 4 riders that didn't finish today. Miller from Ducati, Licano from Tech 3, Martin from Pramac Racing, and of course Valentino Rossi. Not a good day for him. He was the first one to retire of the race for Petronas Yamaha. Anyway, that is pretty much the end of our watch along. Thank you very much for tuning in and giving us a watch. I hope you enjoyed it. It's 4 MotoGP victories in a single season for the first time for Fabio Quartararo. How many more races can he win this year? And can anyone stop him from securing his first ever World Championship? Thank you very much for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned on the channel, as coming up in a few minutes we will have the Formula 1 Styrian Grand Prix. Can Max Verstappen, as we've seen in Holland, the race being there today in MotoGP, can he bring home a win for the Netherlands before they play Czech Republic later in the Euros? Thanks for watching. Give us a like, do subscribe, and we'll see you in the next race for MotoGP when it all comes back in August. Thank you for watching.